Hey guys, welcome back to Ninjago News TV. Yesterday, the community was more excited than ever as episode 85 released, and I personally want to thank everyone who joined our live stream yesterday. It went really well, and we may actually do it again. Now, let's get into the video. I woke up early this morning and watched episode 85 twice, and I came up with a list of what I liked and didn't like, and I did post that list on the Ninjago Discord. I wasn't disappointed in this episode in the least. This episode is probably my favorite season premiere out of any Ninjago season, and I'm here to resume the episode review series. As I've stated in earlier videos, I'm putting a heavier emphasis on review and less on the analysis, and I will give a final score at the end of the video. This score will be based on the plot, the characters, the action, and the emotion. So without further explanation, let's start the brief analysis. First off, we were given a brief recap of Season 8, and Garmadon continued to announce the episode name. We then see a glimpse of what Garmadon's doing. We see how the city has changed, and I gotta say, the Sons of Garmadon in police uniforms cracked me up. We then get to see how our favorite ninja, Lloyd, is doing. And it's definitely very obvious to me that he's been affected heavily by the loss of the ninja, which is super emotional. Next, we enter the first round. The ninja haven't really done much, but they are looking for food and rationing the food that they do have. Wu is now a child. Cole and Wu go out to look for food. However, they encounter and disturb the Stormbringer Dragon baby, and the Stormbringer Dragon gets in and they race to find shelter from it. Luckily, they manage to outrun the dragon. And now we return to Ninjago. The Resistance escapes the warehouse, but are encountered immediately by the Sons of Garmadon. Fortunately, the Elemental Masters choose this exact moment to return. They manage to escape with the ninja, Misako, Dareth, and Pixel. We also briefly see Skylar. They additionally learn that the other ninja are still alive. And the last part of this episode is in the first realm. Cole and Wu have still not returned, and the other ninja are ambushed by Dragon Keepers, and they are captured. Cole and Wu return to see their camp completely desolate. And the very last scene is Iron Baron's debut, in which he growls, "Lost are we?" And with that, we're left on a cliffhanger. I'm now going to discuss what I enjoyed about this episode. Like I said earlier, this was probably one of my favorite season premieres. I really enjoyed Garmadon saying previously on Ninjago and reading the episode name. It signified the lack of focus character to me, and it also signified how Garmadon is in charge now. It also continued what had been started in episode 84. I also love the Wu and Cole scenes. Very emotional, a lot of character development, and the scene where they outran the Stormbringer was probably the best in the episode. The music was wonderful, and it was a really action-packed scene. Jay was also hilarious in this episode. And Lloyd got a ton of character development in this single episode. The loss of the ninja has clearly impacted him, and this affects his character development very much. In addition, I loved seeing the handful of the Elemental Masters back on screen. Iron Baron also made his debut, and even if that scene was short, it was still awesome. The Sons of Garmadon Generals and Harumi did have stuff to do in this episode, and I additionally enjoyed Ultra Hunt and the Ronin cameo. Now for things I didn't like as much. As a season premiere, this episode is usually the worst of the entire season. That being said, it isn't necessarily bad. I feel that the episode name has zero relevance to the actual episode, and it could have and should have been named something else. Wu was also a bit bratty, but then again, he is a kid, so I can't really have this against my rating. The Elemental Masters also conveniently came out of nowhere, which is definitely something that I didn't really like. Though maybe Nia did call them, that's definitely something I am thinking if Nia was able to contact them and she had them in the area, but we don't know that yet. And then, also, I feel that the caves drawings that Wu and Cole came across was also never explained. It definitely seemed really mysterious, and I remember seeing those drawings in the original Japanese Season 9 trailer. I definitely wanted some sort of explanation, and I wasn't given any. And lastly, I wish that Lloyd and Nia didn't find out the ninja were alive so soon. This was one of the major aspects fueling Lloyd's character development, and I was hoping that they would find out later in the season. So that's it. Now I'm going to score the episode. There are 2.5 points to be given for each category I mentioned earlier, those being plot, characters, action, and emotion. I feel that the overall plot of this episode shined for me. It didn't feel rushed and it felt evenly paced, which is one of the reasons why I love this episode as a season premiere. However, there were several minor details that I mentioned that definitely brought this down. I give the plot 1.5 points. Next is characters. All of the characters were wonderful in this episode. Once again, Elemental Masters appeared out of nowhere, but Wu and Lloyd got a lot of character development. I give the characters 2 points. Now for action. This episode had its fair share of action while not being rushed. I give it a full 2.5 points. And lastly, the emotion. The Lloyd development was beautiful in this episode, as were the Wu and Cole scenes. I also give this category a full 2.5 points. So to formulate the final rating, I'm going to add up all the ratings that I gave for all these categories. And in the end, my final rating for this episode is 8.5 out of 10 points. I like this episode as a season premiere, but I definitely feel that there are much better episodes to come. This episode kind of lacked in clarifying minor details, such as the cave drawings and other stuff, but it succeeded in the overall plot, and I like how they balance both storylines. I definitely enjoy that. And I'm looking very forward to next week's episode. It's only going to get better from here, honestly. And thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of my new review style. Once again, my goal is to make this shorter and talk more about scoring and review rather than analysis. So yeah, let me know what you think of this new format, and I will see you tomorrow for episode 87 predictions.